Hi everybody, Matt here from Matt Likes Comics. Before I get into today's topic, I hope that everybody out there has been nominating their favorite channels for the Comic Book Collectors Awards. CBCA.com, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. I'll put the link in the description below. Um, Everybody, just nominate your favorite channels. Everybody who participates makes it more excuse me, more awesome. And we want awesome because we want people to feel recognized. Most of us, like myself, don't do this for accolades or money or anything of that sort of thing. But it is nice when people say, hey, you're good enough. I think you're good enough that you should be recognized. That is appreciated. Because deep down, we all want to be appreciated. It's a human need with socialization and all that crap. Now it's time for the psychological analysis. Matt, what do you think? I think I'm crazy. But anyway. So go ahead, head on over there and, nominate your favorite channels. Now, today's video is the response to Allan's Friday comic book challenge with regards to 10 TV shows. I have gone out and pulled out some books that I'm going to show. I even tried to spread it as much as possible, but the limits of your collection sometimes just don't allow for, a lot of variety. So let us begin. Boo, boo. Spock, what have you got for me? Well, Captain, I've got this Star Trek 43. I thought that this was a cool cover with the dinosaur and all that stuff. Yes, send down an away team. It'll be Bones, you, and Lieutenant Random Redshirt. Oh man! And anyway, so there we go. This is Star Trek number 43 from DC Comics, and it's a pretty cool looking cover. We all know Star Trek was a 1966 to 1969 TV show that lasted 3 years on TV and, has been very influential in most of our nerddoms. So that's one. Next up, a lot of people out there, who my favorite persons are. Well, this is, when it comes to television, my second favorite. This isn't comics, this is TV. Debuting in 2016, the CW show Supergirl. This is Adventures of Supergirl number 2. This series is based on the TV show and it's not in regular continuity. Although later National City does join continuity, as does Eliza and Jeremiah Danvers. The character Alex Danvers is still only really available in the TV land. So this one, based on the Supergirl series, it's TV. Now, we all know that there was a dun da da dun da da dun da da da. What people tend to forget is that there was a TV show afterwards featuring I believe it debuted in 1989. I could be wrong. It could be 1990. I should have looked it up. But here is the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles number 1. This was the one where they continued on TV, where it would begin with the old Indiana Jones telling stories about his youth and things that happened back then. And he would, and sure enough, the TV show would show these things as they happened. So we have Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Now, in 1987, we got a new thing called the Picard Maneuver. And that, of course, is when Picard stands up and goes to his shirt, right? Everybody knows that. Well, that comes from 1987 show called Star Trek The Next Generation. And here is issue 76. What I have tried to do in this video is, as much as possible, I tried to get shots that had as much of the cast as I could, because let's face it, if you don't have your cast, you're not going to, that's you're not going to know who's in the show and what the various characters you can like or hate. Unfortunately for Adventures of Supergirl, every cover just had Supergirl on it, so that was a little hard. And that was my only issue of Young Indiana Jones. But anyway, next up, we have two Joss Whedon shows. From one is from the Buffyverse, one is not. This one, everybody's too early canceled show Firefly from 2004. This is Firefly number 3. It's a great shot of Zoe and Malcolm. I couldn't find one with the full cast on it, and ones with 4 or 5 members just didn't look cool, because as cool as, them drawing guns. So here we go. Malcolm and Zoe, Firefly. Next up is the direct spin-off from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, debuting during Buffy's 4th season in 2001. Angel number 0 from the Boom series. To me, this was the best cover that showed brooding goth teenager Angel, because really, he was what, in his early 20s when he became a vampire in the 1700s. So really, he didn't grow up that much. But here he goes. He's hauntingly, I'm a vampire and I'm sad on this cover. So, Angel number 0. By the way, David Boreanaz, who plays Angel, is probably one of the most difficult former Buffy people to get an autograph from. He does not do the shows at all, and I've heard that he's not very approachable in public, which is too bad, because that would be a great autograph to add to my autographs of Buffy walls. I like the actor. I think he did a great job with Angel. Next up, would you believe that it's a pack of cigarettes? No? How about a pack of wild hyenas? Okay, it's just Maxwell Smart. Get Smart. Another 1966 TV show. In fact, there are a lot of new shows from like 1966. We all know how this guy is awesome. Don Adams became the big thing, and I mean, he's got a spoof in Inspector Gadget. This is one of the best TV shows for comedies from the 60s, and it was just interesting. And I have a book. This is Get Smart number 4. Next up, another 1966 show, Tarzan. Now there's no actual book for this show, so what I did was I took a semi-photo cover of the star of Tarzan and brought it up. This is Tarzan 83, and I decided to use that for this thing. I went through to see if there was any Tarzan TV books, and there wasn't. So I know it's a little much, but it was better than having another book from the same shows that I've already shown. This way I get 10. And now for a little known show from 1966 that lasted 4 seasons. This is Daktari number 1. Apparently, this was a TV show of a veterinarian who was working in the jungle, taking care of the animals. I've never seen it, but my dad says it was okay. So that's Daktari. So far, I've shown 9. Can anybody guess what number 10 is? Or should I say number 1 in my heart? I'll give you a hint. It debuted in 1997. on the WB after it was UPN. Get it yet? Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is issue 44, and it's a great shot of the Scooby Gang. I know out there that there are a lot of Buffy fans. There's probably fans, a lot of more Star Trek fans. There's more possibly more Firefly fans. But Buffy fans like myself are unique. We're very into the Buffyverse, and we're very into it, and no more than other fans. I apologize. I had no Doctor Who books. I didn't have any X-File books or anything like that, so I didn't get into some of these other nerd culture ones. And why I went with a few 60s books was because I managed to pick them up from Dell's. The Daktari, for example, there's only 4 issues to that. I bought the whole run because I'm like that. In fact, I think I showed them online in a previous video. But I'd like to know down there what your favorite TV shows are, what your favorite TV show comics are, and if you want to join the challenge, please do so and hashtag Friday Comic Challenge so that Alan can see it and that I can see it because I love seeing what you guys do. If you liked today's content, please like, comment, and subscribe below. I'd really appreciate it. It would be awesome. And I thank you very much for you joining me today because my name is Matt. I like comics, and I hope you do too. Bye, everybody.